What's the most satisfying way you've caught someone stealing your food at work? This happened about 3 years ago at my previous job, but I still think about it sometimes and smile. It was one of those moments where everything lined up perfectly, like the universe wanted me to catch this food thief. I used to bring these amazing homemade lunches. I was really into meal prepping at the time. Every Sunday, I'd make these elaborate meals for the week. My specialty was this spicy curry chicken with jasmine rice that took forever to make but was absolutely worth it. For about 2 months, someone kept stealing my food from the break room fridge. At first, I thought maybe I was going crazy. Like, did I forget to bring lunch today? But then it became obvious. I'd come in, put my clearly labeled container in the fridge, and by lunchtime, it would be gone. Sometimes they'd leave the empty container, sometimes the whole thing would disappear. I tried writing my name bigger on the containers. I tried putting my food in different spots in the fridge. I even tried using an ugly lunch bag, hoping it would deter the thief. Nothing worked. And it wasn't just annoying. It was expensive and time-consuming to keep replacing these meals. My coworker Grace suggested I report it to HR, but honestly, what were they going to do? Install cameras in the break room? I needed to handle this myself. After venting to my roommate one night, she suggested something brilliant. She works in a lab and had access to food-grade dye that wouldn't affect the taste of food, but would turn your mouth and tongue bright blue for about 24 hours. Not harmful at all, just extremely noticeable. The next Sunday, I made my famous curry chicken, but added a generous amount of the dye. I made a separate batch for myself without the dye, of course. Monday morning, I brought in my labeled lunch as usual, placed it in the fridge, and waited. Lunchtime rolled around, and I deliberately stayed at my desk longer than usual. I wanted to give the thief plenty of time to take my food and eat it. Around 1:30, I casually strolled into the break room to get my lunch, which, of course, was gone again. I sat in the break room for a while, pretending to be on my phone while eating the non-dyed lunch I'd brought separately. Nothing happened immediately, and I started to worry my plan had failed. But then, around 2:15, I heard a commotion from the direction of the bathrooms. Tiffany from accounting came rushing out, trying to cover her mouth, but I could see it. Her lips, teeth, and tongue were bright blue, like Smurf-level blue. She rushed back to her desk and started frantically packing up her things. I didn't confront her immediately. I wanted to savor the moment. I watched as she tried to explain to her cubicle neighbor why her mouth was blue. I couldn't hear the whole conversation, but her body language was frantic. The best part came when Jet from HR stopped by her desk for what looked like a routine conversation. His eyes went wide when she spoke, and he asked her something that made her look absolutely mortified. By the end of the day, word had spread. Zachary from my team came to my desk and whispered, "Was that you?" I just smiled and shrugged. Tiffany called in sick the next day. When she returned on Wednesday, her mouth was back to normal, but she couldn't look me in the eye. She never took my food again. In fact, no one did. And somehow, without me ever officially saying anything, everyone knew not to mess with my lunch. The most satisfying part wasn't just catching her. It was that perfect moment of karma where she had to sit there with blue evidence all over her face, unable to deny what she'd done. No confrontation needed. The proof was literally written all over her face.